I'm Tommy. I grew up in a goofy little household. I've got 6 sisters. And, okay, we got an oof over there. Sometimes gets a positive reaction, but yeah, fuck them. They're not here. Who cares? I liked it. I love the sisters. I don't think it's that crazy. I think the only difference between growing up with a bunch of sisters or a bunch of brothers is your method of fighting, right? My friends that grew up with brothers, they fist fought each other. You guys have gotten my vibe for 25 seconds now. You know I've never been in a fight. I've never thrown nor received a punch. I've said, come on, guys, a lot. That's my whole role in a fight. Come on, guys. Guys, come on. What are we doing? We're gonna get kicked out. I know my role. I grab the jackets, I call the Uber, you know? Me and the sisters just didn't fight physically. It was psychological warfare in there. It's just a family built on petty shit. Our love language to this day is pettiness. Like, my 35-year-old sister, she's a mom. She should be a well-adjusted adult. She texted me out of the blue last week at 7 a.m. She goes, got a little drunk last night, almost missed my flight this morning. Really channeling your energy today. That's how I woke up on a Wednesday. I was so angry, because here's the thing. 3 days before that, I had gotten drunk and missed a flight. And she didn't know about that. So she just took a swing in the dark and hit a fucking home run. So I hit her back. I was like, all right, well, I just met someone who regrets having kids. Thought of you. Drove past Planned Parenthood today, snagged a gift card. They turned me into such a petty little bitch, the 6 sisters. It's so bad, because that's my training. Those are my instincts, is to go that level of petty. But that doesn't work as an adult. That doesn't work with women that you're dating. Yeah, women, surprise. I'm in a new relationship now, and we're fighting a lot. We're gonna make it, but she can be a little petty, so I can't. I gotta push down my instincts, my training a lot. Like, okay, we got in a little thing last week. I thought it was nothing. She comes back into the room an hour later to restart the fight, but she didn't want to admit it. So this is what she hit me with. She comes in, she looks at me, she goes, so, do you think I'm mad at you? Do you think I'm mad at you? I'm like, objection, leading the witness. This sucks. That's an unanswerable question. Do you think I'm mad at you? So it felt very petty because she wouldn't just say how she felt, so I felt a little cornered. So what I wanted to say, what my training calls for is, I don't know, do you think the bangs were a good idea? Okay, now you're mad at me, but I didn't say that. I'm saying that's what my training calls for. Do you understand I'm a trained assassin who's been reassigned as a traffic cop? And every day I have to fight the urge to kill, because you grow up with 6 sisters, you're going for the throat. But like, when you make your girlfriend cry, AKA win, it's less rewarding, you know? So, I didn't say that. Don't be mad at me, please. What we've been fighting about is she talks to her ex-boyfriend pretty much every day. Feel like we're not as mad about the bangs comment anymore. Look who's back on Tommy's side, you fucks. Yeah, her and her ex talk all the time. They are co-parenting a dog together. Can you believe that's a sentence I have to say out loud? I'm trying to be chill, but at what point am I just watching them fuck, being like, God, I'm such a cool boyfriend, you know? Because the other day, I was on the phone with her when she was dropping the dog at his place, and I said something that made her laugh, and she retold it to him, and they laughed about it together while I was on the phone. I gotta kill this fucking dog. I'm sorry. She makes more money than me. That's cool. My girlfriend makes more money than me. Everyone thinks I should be insecure about that. I've never been cockier in my life. Do you know how good of a boyfriend you have to also be broke? Fellas, once you admit you're just a little beta bitch with a 3-figure bank account, the rich girls are like, get in here, little guy. You know? Every once in a while she does let me pay for something, but it feels like a real Make-A-Wish situation. She'll be like, do you want to hand the nice man the $1? Sometimes in an elevator she lets me push all the buttons, too. I'm happy to be with her, though. I couldn't do the apps anymore. Last time I was home, I saw my cousin on Tinder. And, yeah, that's not what you're looking for. We had to see each other in person 5 days later. She's like, Tommy, I saw you on Tinder. What if I had accidentally swiped right? I was like, we would have matched. Ball's in your court, Courtney. Okay, incest crowd. That's pretty fun. I wish I had more incest stuff. I've been doing a lot of small towns recently. They can go either way on the incest stuff. Sometimes they love it. Sometimes it's a little close to home. I love a small town. They're my favorite part of America. In the last month, I've done 4 towns underneath the population of 1,000 because everything's kind of going according to plan for me. And small towns are obsessed with one thing about major cities. They're obsessed with the homeless population in bigger cities. Like, everywhere I go, they're like, New York, LA, the homeless, I could never. But here's the thing. They have homeless people, too. They just call them town drunks and think that it's different. Like, okay, this just happened to me in a tiny town in Minnesota. This bartender goes, we've never had homeless people. And I was like, that guy looks homeless. And he was like, no, that's Carl. He lives in the park. That's Curbside Carl. That's like one of my best friends, you dick. Don't talk shit about Carl. Me and him went back and forth for 10 minutes, and eventually he was like, all right, fine. We have one homeless guy, but it's fine, because it's Carl. And we all know him. And I was like, all right, that's cool. That's kind of endearing. And then I was driving away, and I was like, wait a second. If your homeless problem is one guy, you could solve it. That's more fucked up than LA. Because this city might be beyond saving, but in that tiny little town, everyone could just get together and kill that guy. Carl's fine, you guys. Carl is just fine. I like doing political jokes in small towns, and I am going to do some political jokes here, and I want you to just keep those buttholes loose, because these are going to be fun, okay? I understand the world's not dying for hot political takes from a guy who looks like he was homeschooled on a yacht, so these are fun. Just to hang with me here. Right? The small towns are so much fun, because small towns range politically across America from like far right to like pretty far right. And it's nice knowing that, because it's nice being in a place where you know what people believe in. Like in major cities, we've kind of shamed Republicans into hiding in a weird way. But that's not a better solution, because they're still here. They're among us. They're sitting right in the front row. I mean, I'm looking right at them. Nah, I'm fucking around. You just got a little bit of a Don Jr. vibe to you. But, I don't know. It's just too fun of a time to not talk about it. What an election season. I mean, we started this election season with an assassination attempt. What a world. I think we gotta learn something from it, you know? I think everyone can learn something from these things. I learned I don't know what the word motive means. To this day, people are like, we gotta find the shooter's motive. I'm like, I think he was trying to shoot that guy. That's my hunch that I would follow. I don't know. No one's asking me, but I don't think he was trying to blow him. You know, I just think not everything has a bigger, deeper meaning. When I watch men synchronized diving, blood rushes to my penis. There's no motive. Okay? Stop looking into it. I think my least favorite take recently has been a lot of people on the right are criticizing Kamala for not having kids, biological children, and like that makes her unfit to be president. We've had so many presidents married with kids. That bores me. I can't relate to that. Let's go the other way. I forget Kamala. I want like a painfully single president. I want like someone straight up in the White House on the apps. Like I want just like filling out a Hinge profile like we should go out if you also drone strike. You know, it's like I just want someone having sex in the White House again. No one's fucking in there anymore, and it makes me sad. There's no way Joe and Jill are fucking, and Donald wasn't fucking consensually, and then, you know, Michelle and Barack were, but that makes me too horny to even think about, and plus, they were making love. I'm talking like one-night stands. Like, I want a fuckboy in the White House. I guess what I'm saying is I miss Bill Clinton. This whole election has, it's made me think about my grandpa. Not the sex in the White House stuff. The rest of it, it's the last election cycle. We had my family had an interesting experience with my grandpa. In 2016, my grandpa was a huge Trump guy. He was a lifelong Republican, huge Trump guy in 2016. By 2020, a few of my sisters had come out of the closet as gay and pansexual, and they were a little more open with my grandparents about why they don't identify with the Republican Party. And my 86-year-old grandpa, to his credit, he goes, "Fuck it. If they're against you, I'm against them." And he switched. Yeah, it was this beautiful thing. And he gave us this big speech. He was like, in 2016, I would have died voting for Donald Trump. In 2020, I'll die voting for Joe Biden. We were all like, hey man, you don't have to die. Chill out. Relax, dude. And if you do die, we'll make sure you vote anyways, you know? A couple times, maybe a couple different states. But the anniversary of his death was a couple months ago, and I was on the phone with my mom, and I was like, man, do you remember Pop's speech? How cool that was. What a beautiful gift to give us. And she was like, yeah, that was cool. I should tell you, he voted for Trump again. I think he got all the way there and he was like, it's gonna make me gay. I can't do it. You guys are lovely. I'm Tommy Brennan. Bye.